Greetings to you from Hosanna in Forest Lake. I'm Pastor Jen Collins, one of the pastors here, but I'm also your Synod coordinator for the ELCA youth gathering that'll be hosted in Houston, Texas in 2018. This little video that I'm making and sending out is just a little bit of information in case your congregation has yet to receive any information from me. I hope that you will contact either the Synod office or myself. Send me an email if you haven't received any contact or initial emails from me. I had sent one out a couple months ago, so I hope you received that. It just had a brief introduction letting you know that I am honored to be your St. Paul Area Synod gathering coordinator and would like to help make sure my role is to be a support system for you and your congregation within your planning for the 2018 ELCA Youth Gathering. You can find my email at hosannaforestlake.net or simply just email the Synod office and they will forward any of the information questions that you have onto me. I'll be happy and delighted to try to find the resources for you to help you along with your planning, to answer any questions you might have. The biggest resource for you if you are considering or planning for the gathering is to look on the website, and so you can find that on the elca.org/gathering. And so we hope that you will find all the information, the questions. We'll go over in a little bit some of those places on the website where you can find that information. But first, some simple and need to know information for you as you contemplate and prayerfully consider attending the gathering. First off is saving the date for 2018. The youth gathering will be in June 27th through July 1st, and it'll be hosted in Houston, Texas. So in 2018. So jot that down, save it in your calendar, prepare for that week. We look forward to you coming and being there and prayerfully considering bringing a group of young people as well as adult leaders to join us in this amazing gathering that we'll have. There will be lots of energy and activities and things that will truly be transformative in your young person's life. One of the things, in case you don't know what a gathering is that we'll be gathering together in Houston with just over, hopefully, our hope is, over 30,000 young people, grades 9 through 12. And so as you're registering, know that those who are eligible, who can attend the gathering, you might be wondering, it's any youth that during this registration time currently, if they are in 8th grade through 12th grade, can attend the gathering. And so if you are searching and planning for your adult leaders, just know one of the requirements for an adult leader is that at the time of the gathering, they must be over 21 to attend as an adult leader. We hope that as you are forming your teams, inquiring about who is considering to going to the youth gathering, that you may need some extra resources. One of the big questions is cost. How much is it going to be? Well, simply the registration itself, I can let you know the early bird, they have early bird registration that'll open up September 15th, and that'll last until November 15th. So write those dates down, September 15th through November 15th. That's your early bird registration. The cost is $350 if you register and get in during that early bird time. Otherwise, the prices will go up. And so we really encourage you to get on board with planning early and ahead of time, so that way we can hopefully save your congregation and be good stewards of the funds that we will be working towards raising so you can join us at the gathering. At the time of registration, there will be a $150 non-refundable deposit that will need to be made per person. So that is something to consider as you are writing your budgets, as you're talking to your councils, as you are preparing and planning. That's something to keep in mind about registration. You'll also be required to register by your own congregation. So you might be wondering, well, there's just a couple of us. Maybe we can join in with another congregation. We do encourage you to work with other congregations, but specifically for registration, we do require that you register simply as your own congregation. If you are in need of knowing that congregational ID number, you can contact your synod about that, or you can find that ID number in an ELCA yearbook where the churches are all listed. Any questions about that, just feel free to email your synod office or talk to any of your church office staff, as they might know that church ID number as well. Another portion to the cost that you might consider is about housing and meals, transportation, as well as other expenses such as t-shirts or any additional sightseeing, offerings during the gathering. So those are some of the things to consider. If you have not heard yet or have not seen, we have these amazing handy dandy little official gathering handbooks. And within this handbook, it is tons of tips and tricks and tools for any adult leader, whether you're a pastor, whether you're a youth director, or simply a volunteer that is passionate about young people. This booklet will really help a lot. I have already started delving deep into this booklet. There are things in here for pre-gathering. There are ideas about at the gathering. So some of those pre-planning, pre-gathering things that you'll need to know, yes, they are all listed on the website, and that will be your go-to that I suggest as number one to go check out and look. The second resource, this notebook, this handy dandy notebook, will be available at oldlutheran.com. They're just $10 a booklet. And with this, you'll learn things like what we want to go to the gathering. So now what? Now that you've considered and want to go, what next? Or about maybe you might be finding yourself in a bit of pondering, well, how do we identify and find leaders that'll not just be chaperones sitting on the outside of the event, but really truly engaged adults who want to walk alongside our young people. There are some amazing tips, some training tools about how to gear up and partner up with these adults who will consider going with your young people to the gathering. It'll go through creating a budget. There are about 2 or 3 different sample budget plans within this. There's also covenant plans, so talking about your group and how it's a team effort, a group effort, and you want to be respectful of each other. And the greatest thing about this notebook is that it is pocket size. You can carry it with you everywhere you go. Think about the gathering on the go, whether you're grabbing a cup of coffee at a quick meeting. It's just simply a great idea and great resource. It is available on the gathering website in a PDF version, a downloadable version, if you wanted to print or need to print for any of those adults that need a larger print, or yourself. I know I have one in a notebook just so that way I can make copies of specific pages to pass out to our leadership team for those who are planning for going to the gathering. So that's just some simple information about thinking about cost and about who can attend. There are additional other options to think of, such as the pre-event gathering opportunities. We have MILE, which is the Multicultural Youth Leadership event hosted by the ELCA ahead of time, as well as the Table, which is a gathering for youth with special abilities and for their adult companions to go with them. Those 2 programs are pre-event, meaning that they are held June 24th through June 27th. So just before the gathering. They are a great way for the congregation or specific individuals to engage in a deeper way, to join in, to be a part of empowering your young people, to look at how it affects them being people of color, or partnering with those who are people of color, who have different languages across the board, who claim their story and are a part of God's story. And so it's a great event for the MILE as well as the Table, which looks at with a wide range and empowers our young people, looking at different ways cognitively and emotionally and physically, and their different abilities that they have and that God has gifted them with. And so I hope that you'll consider those pre-event opportunities But as you're prayerfully considering this, you might be saying, well, why in the world would we consider going to a gathering anyways? Well, one of the things is, don't just think about the location. Oh, it's so far away. Why Houston? Now, yes, I know that some of you might know that, yes, this is Beyonce's hometown. It also is the world's hub for the energy industry. So that's some little facts. But a great thing about Houston also is there are over 90 languages that are spoken throughout the metropolitan region. And so it is an amazing, diverse culture in which Houston has opened up their city, inviting youth from across the nation. So we hope that you will be there. But it's more than just the location, more than just Houston, Texas. We gather because this is a place where young people can come and encounter God in new ways and grow in their faith. It's an exhilarating opportunity for them to be in a faith formation, week-long experience with their peers, with other young people, other teens, as well as the adults who will be engaged and passionate and wanting to walk alongside them in their journey of faith. We know that this theme this year, this changes everything. And that is most certainly true about the gathering. The gathering changes everything. It's a possibility, an opportunity for young people to see the gift of grace that God has so freely given us, this distinctive and foundational piece of our Lutheran faith. And so we ask for you to bring these young people to this event, because this is a place that changes lives. It changes perspectives, not only for the young people, but ourselves as adults who are still growing and journeying in faith. And so for us to partner and walk alongside these young people, it'll be a great experience as we look together at what changes, and how this grace changes everything. It enables in us to see that we are children of God, to see that Christ, what he has done for us, has given us a foundation where we are called into the world to serve our neighbor, to love one another and walk alongside each other, figuring out this overwhelming life, this brokenness that we each encounter. Because each of us, whether we're a young person or an adult, we are always wanting to be searching for an identity. We are all someone who wants to belong. We are all someone who wants to become something. We also are someone who wants to do something in the world, to make a change. And so as young people desire this, we hope that this gathering is an opportunity, a way for them to discover an identity where they become something great, where they belong to a community that truly loves them for who they are, as well as an opportunity to see what can they do. What can they do with their gifts and talents? How can they serve one another? And so this pathway, this opportunity for the gathering is a great place. It's a place where God can fiercely love them. It's a place where they come just as they are, where they truly experience the wholeness, the fullness of grace through the faith. And for them as young people, or really, as we've said, anyone at any age, truly can claim that reality. And so this indeed changes everything. So I prayerfully hope that you'll consider that this gathering, why is it important, and why we really encourage your young people to partake in this. Now I wanted to change our focus to just going over some of the website. The website is www.elca.org/youth